Hi, and welcome to It's All Relational with Rianne and Jacob.
Hello, everybody.
We've got to figure out a better way to cue.
Well, I was waiting for you to see my hand.
Well, I couldn't
Just
see
waving.
your hand. I was like, what's happening over there?
Just waving to you.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll
Yeah.
get there.
It's all good.
Anyway, okay. So, this week's podcast is what, Jacob?
This week's podcast, we're going to do the intro first.
What?
So on your notes here, it says, welcome and brief introduction to the podcast. You did that. So we are on to 3 best things that happened this week. You're on one.
Oh, dear Lord. Give me patience. Okay. The 3 best things that happened this week.
Yeah.
I got to watch a cool football game outside in the sun, and it felt glorious on a fall day.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. We got glorious. Why are you doing that? That's weird. Anyway.
I was just making sure we were live. We
Okay. I got closed a few deals.
Oh, that's exciting.
Well,
nice job.
by meaning I got trailers there. Anyway, so
You closed some deals. You got some stuff out there for them.
Yeah,
Got the product to the people.
I didn't, but I was part of it. Anyway, no, it was a good week last week, and we hung out with some friends
Which is awesome.
yesterday.
We got to see the game.
Yeah, we watched the football game, which was actually kind of fun. I actually like watching football games with you.
Yeah, it was kind of
I
fun.
mean, we're not like big footy ball head people. But
We're not diehards. We don't have...
It's not like we have a team that we root for or anything.
No, we don't have a team. But, I mean, we could in the future.
But, yeah, like neither of us grew up watching football. But it was fun being with like friends and stuff and watching a game. And
All right, got our live chats up.
so
Yeah, it was fun. We got to eat delicious tacos
oh yeah,
and nachos.
She made amazing tacos. Like
It was really good.
Really good.
It was really good.
Really, really good.
Not as good as my carne asada, but it was pretty dang good.
It was.
It was bomb diggity.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was better, but I haven't had your carne asada in a long time. So
It's been a minute.
I'm just going with what I remember most recently, and it was those tacos, and it was delicious, and I'm so grateful that we got invited to go.
I am so happy for you and me.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make sure I had live chat up in case somebody chatted in. So
Okay. Well, what were the 3 best things that happened to you last week?
So one of the things that was really one of the best things that happened this last week was that one of the things that we do every morning is before I leave for work, I come to my wife and I creep up to her nice and slowly, and I kind of wake her a little bit so she's coherent, and I plant a really big kiss on her, like 8 to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So that's been a wonderful part of my mornings.
I have mine too. Now you make me feel like kind of a bum for not saying something about you and my 3 best things. I think
it's okay.
because I think it's obvious.
It's obvious.
Like you're always the best thing in my life.
Of
so
course, that's too. It's too obvious though. So I'm trying not to be.
So I
too
have
obvious.
to say, I had to say 3 other things.
Oh, okay.
And then you go all get romantic like and tell me how like
I
kissing
know.
me is like one of the best things that happened to you all week. And I'm like, oh, okay, sorry.
No, it was good. It was good. So my other favorite thing that happened was, we were able to hang out with our friends, which is really awesome because we don't get to do that a ton. But it seems like it's like a bi-weekly thing now where we actually get to go hang out with them. So,
Well, it helps
and their
that
kiddos.
it helps that we live close.
It does help that we live close for sure. I think it's awesome.
It's kind of weird in all the years. Oh no, that's not true. I live close to him in Arizona, but that wasn't for very long.
No, it wasn't for very long.
I was only like 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And the other great thing that happened to me this week was that I got to do a video call with my Mima, who is very ill. We hope that she makes it through Christmas. We'll see what happens. But that was the best 3 things that happened to me this week.
Well, and there is the obvious one.
What's that one?
The one that we went on a date.
Oh, that's right. Do we want to talk about that right now?
No.
Instead of in the
But I'm kind of
podcast?
No, I'm saying like that was kind of a segue to our topic.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. So let's finish.
You go.
You have ADD brain. It's so
oh my
cute.
gosh.
Like when I hyper focus on these outlines, I'm like, where are we on the outline?
I know.
It's okay. So just so that you guys know, we did figure out what was going on with Twitch.tv. So now that's fixed. So now you guys can also enjoy our wonderful streams on there as well. We'll keep doing this multi-stream thing until we feel like it's needs to change to sole proprietor. No, how do we say that? We become exclusive. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. So that's really exciting. We're getting our clips out each week now pretty regularly, which is exciting.
Thanks to you.
Yes. I need to get better at making enough time where I could do my own clips, and also advertise on my Facebook and stuff, or my TikTok and stuff. And then we still have pending Apple soon. Apple Podcast is coming soon. Hopefully,
Yeah, that's on
this
me.
week.
I'm sorry.
We just need to get our LLC information, our tax forms, EIN, all that fun stuff, so that we can be official for the US of A on Apple.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the only things I can think of. Do you have any other updates you want to add in?
No.
No? Okay. Well, let's jump right in. So, guys, today's episode is episode 6. We're actually at episode 6 now.
Yay.
Our episode today is Keeping the Spark Alive, Dating Your Partner in Marriage.
Because relationships are important, but you have to work at them.
Gotta work it to work it.
Yeah. So that's why I brought up the whole date that we went on this weekend.
Oh, it was such a fun date.
It was.
It was. I can't wait to tell you guys about it.
Anyway.
So segment 1, the importance of dating in marriage.
Yes.
You're such a nerd. It's
I'm
okay.
sorry. My brain is it is in its little weird space right now. Anyway, it is important to date in marriage because just like anything else, it needs nourishment. A marriage needs nourishment and time together and prioritization. And I know that's really hard to do, especially if you have children, which we do not. So
Or you each have your own career and job. That
Yeah.
can also be very difficult.
yeah. Yep. So we're going to talk a little bit about why it's important. Some of the things that might keep you from doing it. Some possible solutions and words of encouragement and
Words of affirmation.
affirmation.
You can do it. I believe in
Okay, that would be so creepy if you started coming in and whispering in my ear.
I kind of am.
I know, it's weird. That's why I'm saying don't do it. Okay, anyway. So
Get it.
one of the reasons why we thought about doing this podcast is because it's something that we have really struggled with at certain points in our marriage, and
yes,
and we are working to rectify that, and we've found some hacks that work for us. So, we'll share.
we're
but
excited.
it also, like, I'm noticing the difference in our marriage. And I think it's important because when we met, we got married pretty quick. We didn't really date each other.
Yeah, we kind of did the Mormon thing.
Baptism by fire, for sure.
We just jumped right into it.
Yeah.
And
it's like we jumped on a freaking freight train and like was trying to learn each other and stuff. So like dating for us is kind of an essential thing that we have to do now, I think.
Yeah, it definitely is, because when we first got together, we went on a few dates, and literally like 3 weeks in, started talking about getting married.
Dude, on day 7, you told me you were in love with me.
Yep. And they were married 3 months later.
It was weird. It was so weird.
It was. I don't mess around. If I like you, I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, but what was even weirder is the fact that I didn't like freak out and run the opposite direction, because that's like my MO.
It's because you liked me too.
Yeah, but it was weird. Like, that tripped me out. I'm like, why do I like this dude? What? I've only known him like 5 days. I don't even know him. And then it was just like,
all the red flags. Oh wait, those are green flags.
There were 1 or 2 red, but it's okay. We got through
Then she said
them.
yes. I'm so glad that you did. Makes me super happy.
Yeah, good. Yeah, but because we didn't date, you really didn't know what you were getting into with all my crazy either.
This is true. I didn't see any crazy for like the first year. Well, that's not true. I did. Well,
I was like, I'm an open book.
And on top of that, so we got married, and then 2 months later, we both started new jobs on the other side of the United States in Savannah, Georgia.
Dude, nothing gets you to know each other by taking a road trip together across the U.S. with all your stuff.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had a fun marriage. Like, our story's pretty fun. I'm not going to lie. We have a really fun, adventurous type of story.
Yeah,
and then if from one perspective, from another perspective, we're like old lazy farts that just sit and watch TikToks or old sitcoms.
We do watch a lot of relatively older sitcoms.
Well, they're older too.
They're older
Zennials.
too. Yeah, the following generation.
Like, we're talking like Friends, The Office,
Parks and Rec.
Oh, I love Parks and Rec.
Scrubs.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we do fun stuff, other stuff too. So,
So, discuss why dating your spouse is essential for a healthy marriage.
You're literally reading every bullet point in our outline.
Why not? It's a great outline. It's a beautiful outline. We should utilize it.
But you don't
I can't jump around. Like, I'm too hyper focused on it. I have to go in order.
Okay, but you don't have to read what we are going to like.
Well, how do you know if we're on the same page and where we're at? How are we supposed to know?
Because
how are you supposed to know, bro?
I literally okay, never mind. I need to not.
You need to not?
Okay. Anyway.
Thank you for joining us on this Monday ride, everybody.
Yeah.
Certainly appreciate you.
Okay. So, why do you think dating is essential for a healthy marriage, Jacob?
Because I think it allows you to remember, why you guys why you got together in the first place. I think it kind of takes you back to where you started, and it kind of brings up a lot of those feelings, that excitement, that lust, that fun.
Wow.
It brings that all up, I think, and I think that's why it's essential. just to keep dating throughout marriage.
Okay. Anything else?
That's what came to mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to interrupt.
No, you're good.
Yeah. Well, here's my thoughts. As we get older and we grow and we have life experiences, if we're sharing a life with somebody, we got to make time to truly share it with them, right?
True.
And so I feel like you can be much more on the same page and everything. And going on dates regularly kind of puts you in a position where you have to choose or opt into your marriage, right? You have to like say, yep, I'm making the time to date this person, even though they annoy the living crap out of me, because they'll put their garbage on the counter rather than in the garbage can.
Oh, goodness. How many times has that ever happened? Like,
It's actually happened quite a bit in the last little bit.
it happens maybe once on the weekend.
No.
I'm actually pretty good at keeping my trash picked up like
See?
throughout the week. It's just the weekends
And
I
you
get to the point
still-
where I get a little bit more lax, daisical.
You still go on a date with him, even when he's completely delusional about his own behavior. Such work.
You know you like it.
I d-
You know you like it.
Yeah, but like even when we get feisty with each other, it's like, if, in fact, even more so, I think when we're starting to like get on each other's nerves a little bit,
Yeah.
like that's a cue for us to be like, okay, yeah, it's time to go on a date. It's
Yeah.
time to like reconnect.
Yeah, for sure.
So going on dates just kind of create an intention of commitment, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you're
Because
committing.
it is a choice every day.
Uh-huh.
You got to choose your person every day.
Yeah, and you're committing to continue to get to know the person you've chosen to spend the rest of your life with, because we don't just go stagnant, and if we do, then we die, right? As human beings, we all have new experiences and everything, and so it's important, like, that we take time to share with each other about what's going on with work or plan the future, or, you know, so taking
Yeah.
time to intentionally do that is important.
Dream building is fun. Driving is fun.
Yeah.
Check-ins. I mean, they're not always fun, but they definitely get you on the same page really quickly.
Yeah. Well, and
So,
I feel like we've really accomplished something in a weekend, even if we don't do laundry, even if we don't do the normal adulting things. But if we go on a date and do our check-in, dude, I feel so accomplished.
yeah.
I
I feel
feel
super
like,
good about it when we do.
Bam. I adulted hard, man. I had a good adulting, like, hard conversation with my spouse, and we leveled up.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. Screw laundry.
Well, I mean, we do, just to clarify, we do clean our clothes.
Yes, we do.
We do get those through the washer and into the dryer. They just end up in the laundry
It's
basket
just, yeah, sometimes
in the
they-
laundry room
It
sometimes.
sometimes takes a couple weeks for them to get from the laundry basket back into the drawers or closet.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do that tonight after the podcast.
I thought we were going to do something else after the podcast.
Okay. Oh. That's right. We were talking about physical intimacy earlier today.
Oh my gosh.
So it might be something along those lines.
Oh my god.
Hey, I kept it PG. I kept it PG. No.
That's not. Just tell everybody what our plans are.
Hello there.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Moving on.
I love this hat, by the way. This is going to be my trademark for our podcast. Is I'm going to wear this hat.
It only took you 5 freaking years.
Hey, I wore it a couple of times.
I literally bought that hat in Scotland for him 5 years ago.
This is true.
And it has been like, apparently we had to move in order for him to wear it.
Yeah.
It's
Apparently.
sexy. It's a sexy hat. It's
It
an
really
authentic
is.
Scottish golf hat.
It is. And it is awesome. I freaking love it.
It's even your favorite color.
Yeah.
I do know you, see.
Green.
I may travel
Olive.
without you, but I do know you.
You do know me. That's good.
I do know you. Okay. So,
So one of the things I think is really great about dating your spouse is all the benefits that come from it. And some of those is obviously your communication is improved.
Yeah.
Yeah. You increase intimacy both
Physically and
emotionally and spiritually.
Sometimes.
And strengthen your emotional bonds.
It depends
You
on
become
the type.
closer together. You become, as they say, one flesh.
Well, I mean, because if anybody knows how busy you are, it's your spouse. And when you carve out time to like focus on your spouse, like they can truly appreciate like, oh yeah, okay. They do care about me. They do prioritize me.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's nice because it's nice to feel important and wanted by somebody.
Yeah, and that's something that I know that has come up certain times in our relationship, because I think it's important to feel wanted in all those aspects.
Yeah.
Yeah. It keeps the flame alive.
You do flirt more when we date.
I do. My flirt game is definitely on point. When we're on
instead
dates.
of just a random like here being
booty tap
or boob squeeze. Yeah, it's more like, how you doing? And like,
hey, so I haven't seen you before.
Like,
what you doing afterwards?
Don't show them. I don't want them to know what.
Why are you turning red, Rian?
Stop.
Just stop. Okay.
Anyway.
Fair enough.
But the good news is like there have been tons of studies and stuff on this, and we did some research, and there was an article by, who was it by, Jacob?
The Institute for Family Studies .org.
So, it's legit.
So it's, well, it's not like an actual study. It looks like it was like a poll that they did. On individuals that are married that are dating. So we want to talk about that for a little bit. So let me switch to our new scene, which allows us to see the article and such. Look at that. People can even read it.
Oh, fancy.
So, do we want to read this word for word, or do we just want to look at the... Okay,
no,
let's
we
just look
are
at the
not
graphs.
reading an article word for word.
Oh, okay.
The one thing I just wanted to highlight is like nearly 3 out of 4 couples who reported frequent date nights in this survey also reported being highly committed to their relationship, versus only about half of those who reported not dating.
Yep.
So
this report indicates that husbands and wives who don't make time for regular date night are missing out on more than just a night out away from the kids. That's because regularly dating your spouse is linked to a happier and more stable marriage. So husbands and wives who reported frequent date nights were 14 to 15% points more likely to report being very happy in their marriages compared to those who reported less regular date nights. So frequency is obviously really important. So
yeah, as with anything, consistency is key.
Consistency is key.
Like, yeah, you can't go to the gym one day you're going to expect to be like ripped, right? Like, you got to show up every day.
That's right. Every day, son.
Yeah. Speaking of, we need to go to the gym.
All day. Yeah, we do need to go to the gym.
So that's one thing that was actually kind of fun that we started doing before our lives kind of got upheaved, is we started doing dates at like gym dates.
Yeah. I'm so sad we got out of that habit.
Well, let's get back in it, son.
Let's go, girl.
Okay. So like that was our date night, and like I got to go on a gym date with my husband.
Right?
Like 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah, we were doing it at least three times a week, which is the minimum they recommend so you don't die early. Okay, that was morbid. So sorry. So this graph,
I don't know where you got those numbers, but okay.
It's okay. A regular date night also seems to boost marital stability. Wives and husbands who reported frequent date nights were about 14 percentage points more likely to report that divorce was not at all likely in the future compared to those who infrequently or never go on dates.
Wow. It's true, because if you spend your time going on dates with your spouse, that's time that you're less likely to sit and bitch about them. It's the
You
truth.
still find the time. We still find the time.
Hey. I have not bitched about you in a long, long, long time.
No, we're doing really good. I'm actually really impressed.
Yeah, that's right.
This last year or so, whenever you started your NLP, was it last
September?
September, yeah. So it's been over a year. Like, oh my gosh, our marriage is so much better now that we've got through a lot of our crap.
Just think of how good it would be if you did NLP.
I'm excited. We'll see what happens.
You said you would do it.
I did say I would do it. So, what exactly is it about a regular date night that might help foster a happier, longer-lasting marriage? Report co-authors Brad Wilcox and Jeffrey Dew offer several research-backed explanations, including that couples who continue to date after they tie the knot enjoy better communication, sex, and commitment. Communication, husbands and wives who report more frequent date nights are significantly more likely to say they are very happy with how they communicate.
Sorry.
What was that?
Apparently TikTok was on my iPad, and so when I unlocked it, it like...
Started a TikTok?
Oops. Okay. Not to worry.
No, this is all good stuff. So we just got a couple more we're going to burn through because you already did the first one. Frequent date nights can also mean more time and opportunity for romance. As Wilcox and Dew put it, date nights may strengthen or rekindle that romantic spark that can be helpful in sustaining fires of love over the long haul. Indeed, the report finds that couples who date regularly were about 21 percentage points more likely to report being happy with their physical relationship compared to couples who report infrequent date nights. Wow, 20%. 2021? 21%? Wow. That's incredible.
That is cool.
That is cool. Back to split screen. Let's go.
Okay. Well, do you think it's easy? Jacob, has it been easy for us?
It depends on, well, I think part of it depends on what we choose, because I think sometimes we choose hard. But I also know that sometimes there are times where you really are going to have to work at it, and it's going to be difficult, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to be uncomfortable. But I think most of the time when things are going well, it's actually a lot easier. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, because you have to choose every day.
Every day.
It goes back to the podcast. Like,
I choose you.
You can choose
Pikachu.
to... Okay. Shh.
Sorry, go ahead.
Jeez. You can choose to foster the things you love about your spouse, or you can choose to complain about the things that bug you. And guaranteed, if you are married or with a significant other, they have something, they do something, or whatever that will annoy the living crap out of you. Guaranteed.
Yeah. You can easily find something that you don't like.
Yeah. Like Jacob eats his fingernails. No, like the skin around your fingernails.
I eat the skin
So
mostly
gross.
around my thumbs, around
So
my fingernail, which has allowed my fingernails to grow funky. Although my left one is smoothing out, which is pretty
Stop
exciting.
picking at it.
No, I'm just looking at how smooth it is. Like they're smoothing out a little bit.
You know why? It's because I smack you every time you start.
Maybe
doing
that's
it.
cause of diet. Maybe my diet's been a little bit better. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
Anyway, so like, and Jacob and I are fortunate in the respect that we have more time than some people our age because we don't have kids. But sometimes that can be hard too, because when it's just you and another person, and there's nothing else to kind of take your focus or attention away,
Right.
it's a little bit easier to like start finding or nitpicking each other.
Right.
Right, Jacob?
Right. So, but also we both work. So we both have full-time jobs.
Yep.
We also have a rental.
We have a Starbucks.
We have we're fur parents. We have a fur baby, so I'm a fur daddy. She's a fur mommy. We did foster a kid for a year. That was quite an experience. We've talked about that often, but yeah, and now we're doing this podcast. And now we have a lot more time being filled with other things. So now I'm spending more time creating clips. I'm spending more time editing the podcast, so we can upload the episode on Spotify. Check us out on Spotify. Please rate 5.
Like, we're trying to get a sufficient side hustle going and stuff, and that takes time and focus and energy. So, like,
well, we're not building a side hustle. We're building the Rhymes empire, online empire through relationships.
Yes, but right now it's a side hustle, considering we both work full time on something else.
Right.
So,
but I would like by the end of 2024 to bring you home if you'd like.
Yeah.
That's what I would. That would be awesome. That'd be phenomenal.
We're gonna be making millions by then.
Awesome. That means we can both come home.
But part of the problem is, like, I like to work.
That's true. You are a workhorse.
I am like a compulsive worker.
But
Like,
with your, yeah, you are. Sorry.
I do. Like, if I don't work, I don't feel good about myself.
Yeah.
Like, remember, because, like, when you were making good money and I didn't have to work, and you're like, babe, you're good. And then after like 2 weeks, you were like, so when are you going to look for a job?
Well,
and I'm like, what do you mean? And you're like, I think for your
focused.
mental health, you need to find a job.
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely were in like a dark place when it was just me working.
It wasn't that dark. It's just I was bored and unproductive. And so I felt like shiz.
Because you're so used to, because you've worked since you were what, 13, 14?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I babysat since I was 9.
I think I had my first job when I was like 15 or 16, like helping. I was helping at the clinic when it would open up for the flu season. I would help hand out paperwork and make sure I got those filed in the right place. I'd help my mom out.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't make very much money, just a couple bucks, but
That's okay.
yeah, it was, it was something to do. It was good. But we also, have individuals who have high demanding jobs, high demanding family or friends, high demanding church callings, things like that.
We don't have church callings.
No, but I'm just saying.
We have in the past.
I'm just saying people in general, like they have.
Yeah,
these
things can eat up your time.
So
lot.
it could easily, take up your time. So, what are some tips that we have to strategize with overcoming some of these obstacles because we talked a little bit about disagreements, we talked about check-ins, working through conflict and resolving issues, but what are some tips and strategies for overcoming obstacles, like these other things? Job,
just
church.
like the challenges of actually going on dates.
Yeah.
Well, so there's a couple different challenges. Like, we get in a rut and we tend to not get creative or think of things to do. Oh, that was on you, boo.
Yeah, it's because we're streaming outside of our normal time.
Well, at least we're doing it.
Hey, I'm happy that we're doing it.
That's right.
So I apologize. Continue.
So, like, sometimes I noticed that there were times when we didn't go and do anything because we didn't think of anything to do or didn't look up things. And so it was just easier for you to sit and play video games and for me to sit and
scroll. TikToks.
And then I'm like, I'm bored. I'm sick of life. We're couch potatoes. We're not doing anything. And
let's go do stuff. Let's find good ways.
I started
to do
getting
it.
irritated because, like, it's like we felt like roommates.
Yeah, we weren't prioritizing our relationship.
And
we weren't prioritizing each other. We were prioritizing ourselves.
Right. But, like, we both were in jobs that we hated.
Oh,
and
that
I
was
thought I
rough.
loved my job. I really did, but it was a very
No, I don't. I think you loved it like the first few years.
No.
Not at all. It seemed like you did. Maybe
like
you're
for
just
a few months, but that's about it.
maybe you're just masking and be like, oh yeah, I love my.
Well, because I had picked up my life, and I
love my job.
But we had picked up and moved for my job, and so I was like, I got to make this work.
I have no regrets.
Well, that's good. Anyway, but like, so just being uncreative or just not prioritizing is one, right?
Yeah.
That was our
Lazy.
issue.
We're a little lazy.
We were lazy. But for parents and stuff, they're not lazy. They're just busy as all get out.
Just tired.
And tired, right?
Running around after those kids.
So there's different facets, right? So we can speak from our experience.
Right.
And we legit had to start choosing. And
Yeah.
like I kind of had to throw a little bit of a tantrum for myself and for you. I think that kind of got both of our attention.
Right.
But we've made it a point to start dating.
Yeah, we have.
Like Friday.
I think this move definitely helped with that as well.
No,
I think
'cause-
we've kind of reorganized our priorities, and we're definitely prioritizing each other now more.
Yeah, but we had started doing it like definitely within the year of 2023. Before then, not so much.
Gotcha.
2023 was, I think it was, I had to get a different work environment,
Gotcha.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, wouldn't you agree? It's ever since I left that we.
Whenever you started NLP, so it was
Yeah.
after that, yeah. When you were just like, yeah, I really need to like do something different.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. For sure.
so I started changing how I wanted to show up, but anyway, I expressed my needs and expectations better.
Yeah.
And thank goodness you were willing to listen and you were like, okay, we're not roommates anymore.
Right.
But it was good, but like it took effort on both of our parts.
Yeah, it did, because
And-
you can't have one without the other.
Right. And what I love is when Jacob plans dates.
We're a team. We're a team.
When he plans dates and then he presents them to me, I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds like so much fun. But how about we do this, and this instead?
Yeah.
And I'm really
So-
trying hard not to do that.
So this is what I did this weekend that was different, because every time I'd present it and be like, hey, this is my plan. I'd be like, hey, I have a date planned for us. And you'd say, okay, well, what are we doing? And I'm just like, I already got it planned out. And you're like, what are we doing? And then I would let you know, and you're like, oh, that's great, but I'd rather eat at this place and go do this instead. So basically navigating away from the plans I had already made.
I know. And I need to do better at
And-
that because you deserve to plan dates that you would enjoy.
I agree. And so what we came to realize, it'd be a good idea for us to kind of split those responsibilities. So now every other week we have a date night, which is our Friday nights, and we plan the date. So we plan the food, we plan the activity, if we do dessert or whatever the case may be. So I basically said, look, I have plans. This is what we're doing, and we're not changing it. And then in 2 weeks, you can do yours, and we can go where you want to eat and do what you want to do. And this is how I got sucked into ballroom dancing every weekend for the next month and a half.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later. But so I planned this date night, and it was like a recommendation from a coworker to try this place out. And so we went to an improv comedy musical troupe thing, and we had a blast. Before that, we did go to a new place because Rian wants to find good new places to eat. The place we went to wasn't
I
that
want
great.
to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to go to new places. I like my routine. I like going to the places that
I
I know
know,
I
but-
like and get the things that I get every single time.
But we're in a new spot, and we have to explore to find out what our new regulars are gonna be.
Right, and we need to find the more local restaurants. But I'm talking about the places that aren't, like your normal food chains and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
And so I went ahead and I chose a new place. It wasn't that great, but we went to the Improv, and that was super fun. We really enjoyed that. And then we had BYU Creamery afterwards before. And
In between
everybody was
dinner
Gucci.
and-
Yeah, because we got there super early. And I thought it started at 7. It was actually 7:30. But we had such a blast, and it was a lot of fun. And
want to know my favorite part of that date?
what was the favorite part of the day for you?
And this might surprise you, maybe
Really?
not.
Really?
But it was how we were standing on the corner in freaking downtown Provo, and we start singing Green Day.
That was
And,
a
like,
wonderful core memory for us.
And
for
we
sure.
didn't care, dude. There were people walking and looking at us, and we didn't care. We were like air guitaring and singing Green Day and everything. And the fact that I found my person who will gladly stand on the corner of a busy street and sing. Probably we were really off key, I bet.
I mean, if we really tried, we probably could have done better. But I think
we were in the moment.
We were in the moment.
And
so
it was so fun.
It was
that was
super
my
fun.
favorite part of the date.
And that was taking like something that was like mundane or like everyday normal things and like making it our own and having fun.
Yeah.
And that's something we try to do. We try to do that when we go shopping now. So that way I don't get bored and like buggery while we're shopping. Like, so we'll have fun and we'll actually go and we'll dream build of like future purchases we'll do later. So we try to make it fun for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we go grocery shopping, because we still have to do adult crap, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Adulting can be hard sometimes.
So we'll go on grocery shopping dates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm all, don't go to Costco without me. We got to go together.
It's fun. So some of the other strategies we've done to overcome some of these obstacles, you know, like being overworked, you know, all this other stuff that's getting in the way. We solidify it by putting it on the calendar. So we'll put it on the calendar. We'll have reminders like a couple of days before, the week before. That way we feel like it's more solid. Like it's written more in stone than just it's out in the ether. And we're like, we're planning on something. But we actually put it on the calendar. Say, let's go.
When it's not planned, it usually ends up in an argument. Like, my birthday.
Why is it not in the...
Remember?
What was it about your birthday that wasn't planned?
Well, we did something the night before, and so we the plan that we had wasn't executed, and all that stuff,
right.
And so it turned into a big thing.
Yeah.
And part of that was my emotional stupid hiccup that I had because it was my birthday and I'm getting old and I'm fine with it. It's fine. Everything's fine.
And part of it too is that I didn't prioritize that opportunity for us and for you. Instead of saying yes to go and watch our friends' kids until 2:00 in the morning and then not getting up until 10 or 11 and then feeling like all the day is gone. I should have said, no, we actually have something really planned, really nice for my wife's birthday. So we're not going to do that. We're going to go to bed early. That way we can get up early and go to this really fun drive in the mountains.
See, but I don't need to go to bed early to get up
early. There is another person in this relationship.
I know.
This other person in the relationship needs a 7 to 8 hours of sleep.
So let's talk about this though. But it's also important to me to maintain and foster relationships with extended family because we don't have that much extended family. I have zero.
Right.
And so when I have the opportunity to foster relationships with others, I take them because they don't come that often. It's not like we get them that often. They're coming more often now.
Yeah, true. And that's because we're closer to our friends.
Right. But so it does require flexibility too.
Yeah.
And so that's why we've learned, especially recently, if we can't do the date night because of other opportunities to build relationships and maintain and foster relationships that are important to us, we manage it by coming together and saying, okay, here's what's coming up. Here's what has come up. Do we plan around it or do we reschedule for tomorrow or whatever? But we still make sure we make it a priority to go out and do that date.
Right. And so we're now having a new rule where if we have to rearrange or exchange things or whatever, that we do that in the first 48 hours to rebook that. Yes, you can have some water.
I forgot my water.
You're good. And then the last part on that is obviously to communicate expectations. So, and that's something that we didn't do. And, I'm always of the attitude to please my wife as much as I possibly can, and so I say yes to a lot of things, even though sometimes I want to say no, because I do say no to a lot of things.
Okay, to be fair, you said no to a lot of stuff the first part of our marriage, and you've been working on that so much lately, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's helped our relationship a lot. Your willingness to not be so rigid and unwilling to do things.
Try new things.
Yeah, your willingness to
like
do
my
new
rut.
things. That's important to me because I'm an adventurer. I'm like, if I had an opportunity to go travel, I'm like, yes, let's do it right now. Let's go. Where Jacob's like, well, what about this? This is like, we approach things differently.
We really do.
And I'm more adventurous.
Yeah.
Really, a lot. So the fact that you've been stepping up and being willing to do that is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think in that situation where we had your birthday stuff the next day and then we ended up going and doing that thing and staying up till 2 a.m., we didn't talk about the expectations for the next day. Like we just kind of went and did it and we hung out. We did have a good time, but then I didn't wake up in the morning.
And then when I tried to wake you up, you were like ridiculously grumpy.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We got through it.
We did. But we know in the future to make that a point to communicate expectations.
Yeah. Well, and the fact of the matter is I've communicated my expectation that I want to take advantage of opportunities to foster relationships with friends and family. That's like important to me.
Yeah.
And it's become increasingly important to me as I've gotten older. And we don't have children. So like that's become a bigger priority. And you are being very respectful of that. And I appreciate that, which makes me want to be respectful of you. When you share boundaries and stuff, like not getting another dog, even though it really, really saddens me.
And all I can think of is now instead of one set of poops, I got to do 2 set of poops.
See, and that's how he sees it as like me. I'm like,
but I mean like in the house.
Oh.
Because we don't have a yard or anything, so we have to be really diligent to take the dogs out.
We have green area. We're fine.
Yeah, we're good as long as we remember to do.
You're the one who doesn't remember to do it sometimes.
I do sometimes. So let's move on to segment 3. So let's do some creative date ideas for you guys, and some that have worked really well for us, and some that we are using currently. Let's dive in. So. You want to start us off, babe, or you want me to start us off?
Well, one thing that I got was like a little flashcard game that you can scratch off. There's so much stuff online and so many resources online.
Pinterest.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Look at Pinterest.
But I got like a freaking like a cute little deck of cards that says date night ideas for like $6 on Temu. You know what I mean? And you can scratch it off and you can categorize it. So like if you need something that's free but will take a little time or prep time or whatever, it has like all these little things. And so you can kind of plan accordingly. It's kind of nice. But I think doing something neither of you have ever done before is awesome.
That can be a lot of fun. That could also make it a really not great date night. But
it depends on what
you
allow.
Of fun. It could be a lot of fun. It depends. I mean, part of it is your mental state going into it or how you choose to approach it. That's part of it.
Like if you go into
part of it is the parts that you can't control. And
right.
That stuff, I like being in control of things that are happening around me.
But going into it with the attitude of like, no matter what, I'm going to choose to have fun.
Yeah.
It usually turns out to be way fun.
True. You don't have to have expensive dates. I think a lot of times people get on this track of, oh, well, I need to get flowers, I need to get chocolates, I need to go to an expensive restaurant, have 5, dishes. Then we got to do dessert. Then we got to do like a walk. Then we got to do this.
Is that what you think a date is? That's not what I think a date is. That's
Have you watched romantic movies and romantic comedies? That's what they portray.
No, not all the time. Not all the time.
Okay. Quite often growing up in the 90s and 2000s.
That's true.
That's how they portrayed like these long, very extravagant like day dates.
Yeah, but nobody does that anymore. Nobody even dates anymore, I don't think. I think it's become so much of a hookup culture.
For younger people, yeah. But I think for us that are in, that grew up around that time, I think a lot of it is just there's so many things that can take your attention that you lose that intention to go on dates. Because it's so much easier to just, let's just throw on something on Netflix, you know?
Oh, the Netflix and chill. Yeah.
Yeah. I think as older individuals, that's definitely
that's what our date nights became. And it was not, I was going crazy.
Yeah. So now we just reserve that for the weekends where we just, we clean and we chill and we do our podcast. That's what we do on the weekends now.
Yep.
But every other Friday night, we do something. Which is awesome. So yeah, it can be simple and free. We're starting to do the take turns, which is going to be really fun. I'm excited to learn ballroom dancing and cha and such.
Dude, you've got rhythm. You know you're going to be good. Just go with it.
We tried date jars. We made them and then we didn't use them. We used them like once or twice.
Yeah, we sucked at using those.
At the date jar thing. But for some people, it might work.
There might be some randomized date idea thing app on the phone or something. I'm sure there are so many flipping date idea things you could do. But also, as we get older, I'm like, I like to just chill. And
for dates, we're trying not to chill, though. We're trying to get out.
Well, I like to go up in the mountains and chill. We can go to the mountains and chill. And the reason why I like being in the mountains is because you're in nature. You're grounding yourself. You're taking the opportunity to actually be in the moment with your honey.
What was that called again? Forest bathing. Let's go forest bathing.
Oh, yes. The new oil, the essential oil from doTERRA. Oh, my gosh, you guys, it's money. It's so good. Like, I legit put it in the diffuser and Jacob's like, dude, are we high right now?
I thought I was high. I was like, why do I feel
because he was so
relaxed and sleepy?
He was like, nice. It was funny.
It was pretty funny.
But after a long day, those are nice to come home and start diffusing.
Yeah.
But like the things that bring you joy. And if you don't know what brings you joy, I highly suggest you figure it out. And I highly suggest you talk to your spouse or partner or whatever and explore that together. Use that as an opportunity to explore and experience new things together.
I agree.
It's important to know what brings you joy.
Some of our recommendations is checking out community stuff.
Hence the ballroom class.
Hence the ballroom class.
Hex? Did you say hex?
Hence.
Are you trying to hex it?
No, I'm not trying to hex it. You're silly.
I saw that eye roll.
No, I didn't roll my eyes. Oh, I'm gonna roll that back and make sure that you don't think I did that.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
try new restaurants you haven't tried or ate at.
Yeah, but I like the ballroom dancing or taking classes together. Like we were even looking into Krav Maga.
No, judo. No, kickboxing.
Krav Maga.
Kickboxing.
It was not anyway.
I thought it was.
So
no,
community
it wasn't Krav Maga.
Yes, it was. It was Krav Maga.
It was Taekwondo.
You guys, it was Krav Maga.
2K Kwan. I don't know.
And he keeps talking over me, and it's bugging me. Just kidding. But like we live in a community that offers like fun classes and stuff like that. Not all communities do, but there's oftentimes fun little rec clubs or things that you can sign up through your city, and they're cheap. It was only $45 for us to do dance classes for a month, and it was per couple. So I mean, like,
yeah, that's not bad.
It's really not. That's like so many date nights. Dude, I've got my planning done for the next month and a half.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not. We like driving. Like, actually, we enjoy driving with each other because it gives us an opportunity to listen to podcasts and pause the podcast and then have like a discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Like, traveling together, we rock at traveling together. We really do.
Except for when you forget to push pause on the podcast. And then I get so annoyed. Because this is what happens. I joke you not. We're driving and I'm listening to the podcast and then he starts talking about something he heard like 30 seconds ago. So I've got two things going on and I'm getting completely overstimulated while trying to drive. I'm like, oh my gosh, push pause. And he's like, fine, I'll shut up. And I'm like, no, I want to hear what you have to say, but you have to push pause or else my brain cannot compute. And
then it was awesome. Like, we
Yeah.
loved, like, I'm really excited for our drive to Phoenix for the holidays, for Christmas, because we're going to have so many deep conversations off of podcasts, and that's super fun.
And you know what will probably happen? You'll end up sleeping for half the time.
Hey, you do that too.
No,
We
I
take
don't because I'm
turns,
usually
and then you pass
driving.
out. No, we take turns.
Anyway,
So anyway, camping. We need to go
Yep.
camping next year. Like, I miss camping.
I know.
We're gonna take time and go camping.
The only reason why we couldn't do it this summer is because we were busy trying to find a house and move and
Fair enough.
yeah. So we
That was
actually
our summer.
that was. I'm excited for next summer because we actually live closer to the camping sites and stuff.
Yeah.
But like some things, like if you guys want to do day hikes or whatever, the app called All Trails is awesome.
Yes.
And it shows you what hiking trails are close by and shows you pictures and all this stuff. It's really cool. Other things we've done is bowling. We've done rec passes to our local swimming pool and just gone on a summer Saturday. There's lots of kids sometimes, but you know.
Yeah, it's still fun. Sports games, football, basketball, baseball.
That's fun.
Anything that has a ball that's thrown or hit or moved.
And if you get lucky enough to have like a fun couple to go out with, like doing double dates is fun too.
Yeah.
Because then,
sorry, go ahead.
because you can just have another experience, like just added experience to go. And I'm not talking like crazy stuff, just a double date, a plain double date. No pineapples.
Nope.
That's what I mean. Anyway.
As long as they're not upside down, then it's questionable. So another thing that we can do, something that we learned is really fun, is we can be more involved aunt and uncle to our nieces and nephews. We also do this with our favorite friends' kids as well. We had an opportunity to help our friends' mom, 7 kids. And they all had activities over the weekend. So we got the opportunity to take one to their soccer game and root for them and scream at them and be like, "You're doing great. Go, go, go." It was super fun. And then like I had to be told, hey, parents aren't allowed to tell the kids what to do. And so I was like, okay, cool.
He was a total soccer dad.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, like that was super fun. That was actually a really fun date, to be honest.
So like being like, because we don't have kids, taking an opportunity to babysit and stuff every once in a while. But I got to be careful who hears this, because if he hears this, we'll get phone calls like all the time.
Oh, that we loved it so much?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He might be watching this. If you do, love you, buddy.
He doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't?
No.
Oh, I wish he would.
I know. He
would
should
love it. He would
Anyway,
love it.
we've decided that like we want to do aunt and uncle dates, right? Like where we
Yes.
take the kids and go do some fun stuff.
Yeah, it's super fun.
So,
all right. I think this is a good place to let people know that today's episode is sponsored by viewers like you. So thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that follow and subscribe wherever you are at. Make sure to check out and rate our show over on Spotify, which this episode will be edited down and uploaded hopefully by the end of the week. That's always my goal. as well as clips the following week is to kind of promote it. So that's always really exciting. If you want to help us out directly, you can check out our affiliate link for doTERRA products. We love the MetaPower NMN supplements. We love diffusing the oils. We
Shingring something or other. We can put a link. Shingring Q or whatever. It's literally called the Forest Bathing Blend. And when I say it's amazing to like put that on and just sit and meditate, I mean, it's legit.
Is that the one you always put on in the evening that like makes me super relaxed and tired?
Yes.
Like I literally feel all of the tension leave my body. Like diffusing. I really do.
Yeah, like it's amazing.
Copaiba is really good. I roll on some Copaiba on my feet before I go to work.
It's
and it keeps
Copaiba.
Copaiba. I always tease her about that because she's like Copaiba.
It's really spelled. It's really pronounced Copaiba.
Okay.
But I like Copaiba better.
Tomato, potato. So yes, definitely follow us on all of the grams, Facebook, Insta, TikTok,
the socials.
All the socials. We really do appreciate all of your support. You can also send us an email. It is Reanne, REANNE it's all relational @gmail.com. So if you want some advice on your current spouse or partner or whatever's going on in your life, we would love to help you out. If you want to email Reanne and we can take a look at it and we could share it on one of our podcasts, we would love to do that. Obviously keep out any DV or SA. We just do relationship advice. With our 2 cents worth, our 10 years of marriage, as well as all the wonderful books that we've read, we love to share that all with you guys. So we're going to take a quick little break. We'll be back and we will finish off our, two more segments. Yeah, we just got 2 more segments. So probably not too long after that. So we will be right back.
Okay.
Do you want to chill or do you want me to?
If I get up and leave, I'm not going to come back.
And we're back.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody.
All right.
Let's wrap this up.
I'm looking at the outline and I'm just like,
We're on segment 4.
I know. I'm not filling that segment right now. I still don't understand it.
Sure.
And you laugh.
Okay.
Okay. No, I understand. It's just, okay, dating can help us with communication.
Well, it's important to have good communication while you're dating.
Well, yeah.
Like, intentions are really important. Expectations are really important.
True.
All that fun stuff.
I know. I don't know how I'm...
What's happening right now?
I'm struggling to know how to, like, contribute to this section. Because I feel like it just should be common sense.
Well, okay.
So communication is key in
sense.
everything we do, even with our spouse. And it shouldn't just be taking place during dating. Like, I feel like communication is like its own whole subject. And so
that should probably be our next one then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just like,
so let's touch upon it.
So with everything else, managing expectations, and that can happen with the check-ins. Like, I feel like we talk about that all the time.
Yeah, that one should come up pretty soon. We should finalize our check-in list and get that online.
Yeah, but the check-ins are good.
Get our website up. Website up soon. Excuse me.
Like, if something comes up and you can't go, communicate saying, like, the reasons why. And then, but don't come back empty-handed kind of thing. And I feel like we talked about that, like, when we were discussing the obstacles.
Yep.
Like, don't leave it hanging, because when you take the time to date your spouse, it communicates on a whole different level, the level of commitment that you are putting into the relationship.
Yeah. So if you have to reschedule or move things around, definitely redo it. Get it rescheduled like right then and there is probably the most important thing to do. And if you can't, at least get it done in the next 48 hours at least.
Yeah.
That way you don't feel like it just does it, because it won't happen if you don't.
Yeah.
You need to communicate that and let the person know, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is the new time, new date, all that fun stuff. Because if you don't communicate those specific things, and it's just like, oh yeah, I'll pick you up when I get there kind of a deal. Like, that doesn't help. That doesn't help your spouse out. That doesn't help your girlfriend and stuff like that. So you need to be specific. You need to be there. And if you're going to be late, let them know at least 10, 15 minutes before. However, in my opinion, if you're not early, you're late. Like, I would definitely recommend showing up 10, 15 minutes
I'm always
before
late.
you start.
Anyway, let's go to the next topic or next.
You don't want
segment.
me to say why we're late?
Well, I know why we were late this last time, and it's because somebody took a long nap and didn't get up in time to do his shower. So I was not the reason we
and
were
then
late.
who took an extra 10, 15, 20 minutes after that?
I didn't. Shut up. Okay, we're going to the next.
I love you. I love you so much. This is the back and forth and banter that we do.
I love you too.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't mean anything by it. We know who and why we were late, and it was my fault.
Yes, I'm so glad you.
But I projected on her out of fun and teasing and, a little bit of light ribbing, What do they call that nowadays? They call that rizzing or riz?
No, that is not what riz
Or is that
is.
shade? I don't know.
Shade.
That's shade. Sorry,
Okay.
you can't see me anyways, so.
Anyway.
For those who are just listening, I was doing the John Cena hand. You can't see me. Is that what that's from?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
We need to stop.
Anyways.
We need to move forward before you try and reference any more current pop culture because
I'm doing a terrible job at
yes,
it. I
it's
know.
not. We need to just move on.
All right. So
Okay.
moving past. Okay.
So
Emphasize the importance of active listening and expressing.
wait, no, I
feelings.
thought we were going to the next segment.
Well, these are important too, aren't they? Can we just touch upon those?
You go for it, baby.
Thanks.
You do.
You got me. I got you.
Okay.
So also what's really important is the emphasis of active listening and expressing feelings. And especially when people are talking to you, it's good to listen and actively listen. A great way to know that people know you are in the conversation is, yeah. Well, tell me a little bit more about that or this, or asking clarifying questions is really important. Hey, so when you were hanging out with this guy, what was it that you guys were doing that made it so much more fun? Like when you ask questions that are about what's happening in the conversation, it definitely lets your significant other know that you are involved in a part of it, for sure. Try not to interject.
Yeah,
which
Jacob.
we do a lot. You just interjected. And try not to think of what you're going to say next. Instead, ask open-ended questions.
Well, when you're listening, you should listen to understand, not listen to respond.
Exactly. Listen to understand, not to respond. And then once you're done speaking, then you want to respond, obviously. All right. Segment 5, reigniting the romance.
Okay, now that's what I'm talking about.
Let's go.
Okay. So I love that when we go on dates, you actually flirt with me.
I do flirt a lot more when we're on dates.
Yeah, like because we're being intentional together. Even if it's a grocery shopping date, you get a little more flirtatious and it helps. And one thing that I've liked is our sex life has been a little bit more spontaneous and not the typical, okay, it's Sunday.
It is now 6:00.
Time to
That's
time to get
under
her
the
done.
covers.
Like it's been more spontaneous and I like that. I
Yeah.
like the spontaneity. Which is kind of interesting because I like spontaneity and you like schedule and structure.
Actually, when it comes to physical intimacy, I actually like the spontaneity more than the scheduled structure on that particular thing.
Yeah.
There's some, but I do like the majority of my life having a schedule.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Like I put things on the schedule. I'm like, all right, we're doing this. And then we don't do it.
Yeah. That drives him nuts.
I love it when we plan it and I'm like, oh, yes, we did it. It feels so good.
I like it when you dance with me.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I
you
haven't
guys,
done that in a minute.
I know it. He hasn't, but like every once in a while,
It's been
Jacob
fairly
will-
recent, though.
Well,
the
it's
last
been
couple
since
months.
we've moved in here. We've done it. You've done it once since we've moved into the new house.
Yeah.
And we've been here 2.5 months.
Yeah, it's going on 3.
So, yeah, we've already had to make our first mortgage payment. So
Yeah.
I'm not
Feels
excited. Shut up.
House poor. Yay!
We're not house poor. We're house tight.
We're house tight. Yeah. We're not house poor. We're house tight.
Okay. Anyway, but like him putting on like one of the songs that he knows is one of my favorites. He just puts it on and just dances with me.
Yeah, get her up off the couch and I pull her in close.
It's so sweet. And
My
I
hand on
love
the
it.
small of your back.
Oh my goodness. Okay, don't no, not
I
on the
caress
podcast.
the side of your cheek.
Oh heavens, here we go.
But she loves the stuff when I do this kind of stuff.
I
and
do.
So that's why.
I do.
That's why I do
he's
it.
so
It's-
cheesy.
I do.
I love his
And
cheese.
in my cheese, it's always over exaggerated and like over the top, and it gets her going. I mean, what can I say? I think when you want to reignite the romance, you also don't want to set too many expectations. When you're going on dates, like
It's
as
better
far
if
as
it
like
happens
where like how it ends up.
naturally.
Yeah, like let it run its course naturally. And if it leads to cuddling, then you're going to be cuddling. You know, you don't go, "Hey, we did not plan cuddling tonight. Let's not do that." Like go with the flow, man. It feels good. One of the things that my wife really likes in reigniting the romance is skin on skin contact. So whether it's like scratching like the top and the back of her head,
Oh, you guys.
run her my fingers through her hair. If it's just like a back rub or shoulder
The
rub.
light touch on the arms.
You do love the light touch.
Oh, like it's just so nice. And that's one way to relax.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say this. I appreciate the fact that you don't pressure me to have
Physical intimacy.
Yeah.
I hate that we have to say that. Like, I really want to be able to say the S word.
Yeah. Anyway, I appreciate the fact that you don't pressure me.
Yeah.
But I do like it when you are
Initiate?
the aggressor and you initiate.
Ooh, you like it when I'm the aggressor.
Well, there.
Please elaborate.
No, we don't need to go into that. I
No,
don't
not
wanna-
like details, but just overarching, very top
I like
level.
it when your masculinity comes out.
Mm.
And I'm a very dominant type of personality. But dominant personalities like to be dominated sometimes.
Mm. So what you're saying is that I do the right amount of domination.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
And with that, we'll move on. I will say that the spontaneity is a big deal. The skin to skin, like those are things that are nice, but I feel closest to you when we share emotionally, and that's happened a lot more since we've gone on dates and we've been intentional. Like,
Yeah.
especially not like let's just watch a movie.
Let's just get takeout and watch
Watch a movie.
Netflix.
Yeah. Like, it's stupid. It bugs me. It was a habit that I didn't like being in.
Yeah.
Even for me on a personal level is what I'm saying. For me on a personal level, it was not a healthy.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're both putting in more time and being very intentional and purposeful with dating each other has been very nice, because we didn't get that in the beginning.
No, we really
We just,
didn't.
like,
We
kinda,
just kinda
like-
dated like, you like me, I like you. You
All right,
you wanna get
let's do
married?
this.
All right, let's go.
I
That
mean, there was
literally.
there was more to it than that.
Oh, there was a lot to it than that. Like, we had long conversations.
Yeah, we
like,
talked a lot.
There was some conversations. I think we were up until like 3 or 4 in the morning. There's a couple
Yeah.
of times, and I was just like, I have to go to bed.
Yeah.
And you know now
See,
that I must.
but
get
I'm a
that
person
8
that can-
hours plus a sleep. Otherwise,
If I get 4
struggle.
solid hours, I'm wired.
Yeah.
So, like, we're completely different. I think I'm a vampire. You're Sleeping Beauty. I don't know.
I'm a hibernating bear.
Anyway,
I think that's one thing that's really interesting, that's really different about us, is that, and what's funny now is now that I have to get up early to go to work, I'm now more of a morning person. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Like when I get up, like, yeah, I'm a little groggy and tired, but I get up and I get going, and then I'm off to the races now. It's not like...
And the race is on. Sorry. You don't know that song?
I don't know that song.
Never mind. Okay, sorry.
You'll have to
I was trying to pump up my energy a little.
You're definitely punching up, that's for sure.
So, let's talk about...
up.
Okay, so I want to say this. So there are some experiences, like even with my friends and family, when they take time to go on dates, I realize they don't feel the need to vent as much about their spouse. And it's the same with me. I've noticed that when we're going on dates, I don't get nearly as frustrated.
Yeah, we have less PDD. Public displays of disagreement. We have a lot less of those.
PDD.
PDD. Public displays of disagreement.
Yep. Yeah.
We have a lot less of those. And
more PDA.
Yeah.
Public displays of affection. No, it's true. So, like, I can even tell when not my family wouldn't necessarily know that I can tell, but I can tell, like, when they go out and do things with their significant other.
Yeah.
I can tell. But, like, once that season or activity is done or whatever, and they're not going out as often.
Yeah.
The complaining or venting starts to pick up again. So it's just something I've anecdotally observed in my... Anecdotally. Yeah, I can't...
Dodally.
Okay. Anyway. That was awkward.
I liked it. But like, I know that with my parents, like my mother, bless her heart, she's been through several relationships, and this one is definitely been the most positive. It's been the most... Well,
it's the longest too.
Yeah. This is like 14 years, 15 years? Something like that? No,
like 18.
Oh, they're coming up on 20?
They got married the same as my mom and Norm. They've been married like 18 years.
That's right. You're right. I'm so terrible at time. I still feel like I'm 20.
Sometimes you act like you're 12. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Well,
I love you.
I mean, it's true.
It's true.
It's true. I wasn't expecting you to say that, but yes, I do have my moments where I'm a 12-year-old. I do have my moments.
I know. And I still love you.
Yeah, I love you too, baby. But just like seeing like those, like in friends and stuff like that, and see that they're, that they're happy in their marriage, they're happy in their partnership. Like our friends, back when we were, farther south, our partnered friends. It's just a wonderful and beautiful thing to see people happy, and that's really something that we want to accomplish not only in our lives, but we definitely would like to see how that happen for the other people that get to experience us, get to experience this channel, this podcast.
Maybe we should do it. It's All Relational Couples Retreat eventually.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Idea. Okay.
Something for the future.
Writing that down.
Flag it.
Dude, and we would watch the movie Couples Retreat.
Have we seen that?
Yes, you have seen that.
Oh, was that David's? No, not David Spade.
Vince Vaughn, Christian Bell.
Christian Bell.
Not Christian Bell.
No.
Kristen Bell.
He's married to Dax Shepard.
Who else was in that?
I don't know. It's been a while. I don't maybe I'll feel more connected to it now.
Arrested Development guy.
Oh, are you talking
Jason
Bateman?
Yeah, couples retreat. It was a fun show.
I like Jason Bateman. Oh, he was awesome in Ozark.
Yeah. Okay. That was a squirrel.
Anyway.
We're on squirrel.
Sorry.
Bringing it back.
So
Bringing it back.
all right. So wrapping this all up. How has our relationship been better due to implementing these different tools in our marriage?
I don't know. I feel like we've said that. We have a better sex life.
Yeah. We feel more connected when we have sex.
Yeah.
We have the physical intimacy.
It's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Karim, thank you so much for joining us over on Facebook, buddy.
We actually enjoy each other's company. And when we are in a space where we're not enjoying each other's company, we're less likely to take it personally and like get all offended and stuff, because we know we communicate on a more regular basis, and we're like, okay, they're just in a mood. They're not.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my.
Yeah, and then also, we try to figure out if we're venting or if we
or
if you need something fixed.
Yeah, our communication has definitely gotten a lot better.
Oh, yeah,
lot better.
Except for every once in a while we get one of those, like we kind of slip back into the bad communication that we used to have.
We've gotten a little snippy recently.
Yeah.
And we need to readjust. But the good news is we take opportunities to do that, and we go on dates, and those times in which we get snippy with each other and stuff are like so small.
Yeah.
In comparison to the others.
Yeah.
The other time. So I think we're good. Except for when I put TikToks on that say my marriage is over, and I have a crying filter on and freak out our in-laws.
Oh, my poor mother. Oh, my poor mother. Okay, guys. So, little story real quick.
Story time.
So my wife was jumping on the trend on TikTok where you say that your marriage is over, and the husband says that we're not getting another dog or not getting another XYZ, and the wife is like, it's the same thing. You don't love me. It's so silly. It really is.
It is, but it's fun.
But it freaked my mom out, and so my mom, she texted and she called. She's like, "Is everything okay?" And like, yeah, everything's great.
It was a very convincing filter.
It was a very convincing filter, and
I have I could be a voice actor.
You are very good at acting.
I totally pulled off the crying voice.
You really did. You really did.
So.
Well, Kareem, thank you so much for the follow. Really do appreciate it. We're actually just wrapping things up here. Babe, what was some of your key takeaways from this week's episode?
Relationships take work, no matter what. And just like you choose to invest in or feed the dark wolf, or the light wolf, the same goes for your marriage. You can choose to foster a healthy relationship and do those things like going on dates and committing to taking time with your significant other, or you can choose to let the relationship dwindle and feed all the negative, annoying crap that bugs you about your spouse. I mean, it's really literally a choice, and it's a choice you get to make every day.
Yeah.
So that's my takeaway.
Amen. I think, making sure to set intention as far as what you want to accomplish, like where are your priorities within your relationship? Are you putting each other first? Even over your kids? I'm really sorry to say that, but you really need to prioritize your significant other, even above your family, above your friends.
Well, and it's been proven, there's been studies that like if you prioritize your spouse, your children will see that, like there will be harmony in the home. It just,
yeah, exactly.
Not at the sake, you don't prioritize your spouse over the sake of your own children or safety of your own children. I need to make that very clear.
That's
the safety of your children is important, and you don't prioritize a spouse, especially if that spouse that is not their biological family. But when
it's just, yeah, you need to prioritize your relationship is what I'm saying. Making sure that you're putting each other first, you're going on dates, you're doing the work, doing your check-ins, all that fun stuff.
When you foster a healthy relationship with your spouse, your children see that. They see what a healthy relationship looks like, and that's going to set them up for success in so many ways.
Yeah.
So
sure.
it's really important.
I agree.
I cut you off. I'm sorry.
You're fine. So thank you guys so much for listening today. We really do appreciate it. Again, you can contact us via email. It's Reanne, REANNE .itsallrelational@gmail.com. Please send us your relationship, marriage advice. We'd love to help you out as best as we can with our 10 years of experience, lots of books, lots of learning the hard way, and all that fun stuff. So hopefully we'll have a wonderful topic for you guys this upcoming Sunday. So on Sundays is when we usually do our live stream of our podcasts, and then we do edit them down for Spotify, soon to be on Apple, for you guys to enjoy on the go. So, and from our family to yours,
have a good night.
Good night, everybody. Take care.
Bye.